Do run, 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 do run, run.
Hey, welcome back to the Snubby J Blue Man Group tour. Well, this is it. The Astor Place Theater in New York City, the place where it all began for Blue Man Group. Today, we're going to take Kent on a personal backstage tour and some hangout time with two of our longtime Blue Men. Hey, Kent. Great to see you. Thanks for having me back. Yeah, well, the guys are super excited to see you backstage here.
I'm excited to be here. I mean, this is really where it all began, and it's just like the tiny seed for like everything that's come out of this. So.
Yeah, it's our little home, our little homestead. It's our lab, our workshop. You know, we have a very sentimental feeling for this place.
Well, I'm excited to see what you have in store today.
Well, let's go backstage and show you around.
Hey!
Hey, Ken, how are you, man?
Hello!
Great.
Randall,
Good to see
pleasure!
you.
Oh my God.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Welcome to New York.
Thank you very much. Dave's shown me like Loho, the lab, we played some of the instruments already. I'm very excited to be here at the
It's your first
theater
time
today.
here at the theater since you've been here?
I saw the show yesterday and now I'm gonna come.
Well, let's go backstage.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
what's
come
going on back there.
Did Dave show you backstage? No, he didn't.
No.
This is our dressing room.
Oh, wow.
And this dressing room was, we moved here several years ago, but before then it was actually underneath the stage.
These are all custom made by a special, unique process by a special designer. Where's Chris Bowen?
Where is he?
Chris Bowen? I don't know. And
Magically.
he's different. He changed. Now he's all scared. Watch. Now, and he is
Hey, guys.
back. Oh my God. Let's get out of here. Let's go. Keep rocking.
This is a good opportunity to show you.
back here?
Somebody's in the bathroom, never mind.
How gauche. How gauche.
How gauche.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question about that.
Yeah.
Not that, but the bathroom song.
That's me live. Every time you're in there peeing, it's just me going like,
you.
bathroom.
Listen to that.
Blue Man bathroom.
There's no taping. It's
Bathroom.
It's
In the Blue Man bathroom.
bathroom. Yeah. See what's in here? Here's a kitchen.
Ah, nice.
Look at this,
Oh,
yeah.
good.
And here's the wall
Here's
of
the-
fame
Oh
and
my
shame.
God, here's the people.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone who works here now and people who have worked here, I
Wow.
think. Yeah. I'm half nude in that photo.
Somebody else is here.
Oh, look.
There
There
you
you
are.
gosh.
From the past.
Oh my God,
Blast
look
from
at
the
that.
past.
You're on the wall of fame.
Today.
From
Wow.
earlier. It's like a glimpse into
so
the
cool.
future and or past.
Can you talk to me like about what brought you to Blue Man? Like what was like the initial like?
I think everyone's story of how they actually got here, just in the circumstances that led to an audition or meeting everyone, is probably less important than what happened once you got here. I'm thinking about it, because otherwise you're just gonna have a bunch of stories like who auditioned where. But it was when you got here you realized what a special place it was. Totally unique family of collaborators, painters, dancers, musicians, actors. That made it such an incredibly, in a good way, volatile place to be. It was incredibly creative, is incredibly creative, and interesting, and it redefines itself every day. Every day I'm here, it doesn't feel like I'm going through the motions. It's a new day, and you're reinventing yourself, and the character demands that.
The Blue Man character's up here connecting with the audience, and the audience is a different audience every night. And so, you know, what we do with them, it's a completely different thing. And that nugget, that like core sort of experience up there is what informs us throughout the rest of the show with the audience, because we have so much audience interaction, you know.
Thinking back from the very early days of when you started, do you have a sense of how your character has grown or changed?
I remember before, like, filling the space.
Yeah,
being like a
you need to
wild
feel like
fox,
you need
having
to fill
energy,
it.
wanting to fill it. And now that option is there, but I'm interested in also watching the space be filled.
Yeah.
So it tends to be a slightly different viewpoint that
It's a lot of fun more fun doing that in a way too,
Yeah.
because it's like you're allowing the stuff in and trusting that the space is breathing and adding stuff to it. Like,
Then you add when it's necessary, not just adding like a fireworks display of vim and vigor. You know?
Do you have a favorite part of the show that you always either like look forward to or like feel like it's game time of like, this is really where things are locking in a certain way? I know it's different every show, but
I always love the feast because it's going to be different.
Yeah.
Because there's like
Yeah, I would say feast.
Yeah.
Probably. You're right. You're right.
because
this
that
makes me
person
think then
is.
too, because I've seen some performances of feasts, especially where things are going awry and like having to like pick up and find a way to do that. Is there a specific moment you've ever had from doing the show where you really you were like scared?
One of my favorite things is being thrown to by a little child, like a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old or something. The other day that happened to me, and I was like, because this is like, she threw, little girl, like probably 4 years old, she threw 3 of them and I caught every single one of them.
No way.
And that's something that you did together with that person, you
Magic.
know?
Yeah.
Speaking of performing, you're a performer. You perform the songs from the show, but also other songs, and you've taken it off to a different level, something of your own thing. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's wild because I grew up doing music and dancing, and so I had this like experience on stage, but then to have had that catalyst of Blue Man, where it kind of brings together that showmanship of what I had with dance and then the musicianship of playing the piano, it really came full circle when I was starting to develop the instrument. But it wasn't until I started uploading YouTube videos playing this instrument that I really started to embrace like the performance of what I was doing with the instrument. And it's just so funny to think of like, you know, again, Blue Man Group as a source of inspiration, the catalyst. I have 2 physical theater troupes in LA now that I create theater with, but it's powerful to be here and kind of connect that, because I feel like there's not enough of that breaking of the fourth wall theater in the world and that honest connection with the audience. That it's like you were saying with like Feast, it's like you don't know who this audience is that's coming around. I have to find a way to like draw them in and like sculpt this like musical experience and then add in that performance element to like connect it all together. But that's what's admirable about what you guys do, and you know, again, why I
It's the same adventure we're on. Same way, find what works in the venue you're in at the moment you're in the form you're in, you know. So
it's a beautiful thing. I don't know what I'm doing with it, and that's where it's like, it's cool to see, you know, even after all these years, you guys are still surprised and curious about what the Blue Man's doing in the world, but like, you know, it's keeping it fresh that way.
We should get up there and play some these marimba tube PVC things
do it
together.
Yeah, awesome. Wow, the PVCs.
The PVCs.
Actually, even this moment, just backing up for one second for real, this moment of stepping onto them becomes, you know, talking about layers of where you're going to go. We don't just da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah,
We would literally come to here and
connecting this.
You know, this is a new
thing to discover.
Yeah, you're at a whole new level. You know, whose space is this? Private versus public? Who has ownership of the whole thing? So,
Do you guys have a favorite song that you play at any history of the show?
Well, house has always been a lot of fun.
why don't we try house? Why don't we
try house?
Yeah.
I finally just played the onstage PVC instrument. Oh my God, this is the craziest experience I've ever been a part of. That was like a dream come true. Just having built my own instrument and now doing this, I think it's the perfect ending of a beautiful, beautiful trip. I blew myself.